Finish your matches by April 2nd. That is all. Oh, and if for any reason you cannot contact your opponent, please contact me through a private message and tell me so. If I somehow get both of you to message me that are when you're supposed to fight together, then I'll flip a coin to see who goes through. Enjoy the battle. Alright, here we go. A battle with Roaming from Shadow Rage. He's going to go ahead and lead off with his Pokemon Shell Shock. Oh my gosh, original name. I'm going to send in Dead Serious. Expecting him to predict my trick, I'm going to go ahead and go for a T-Bolt. But he just switches into Magnet Zone anyway, rendering T-Bolt almost useless. I'm not leaving it in for obvious reasons, so I'm going to send in Fidel Gastro here to take the obvious T-Bolt. And I'm just going to go ahead and set up a stockpile now while he switches out to Toddles, his Spinda. Okay, what the crap are you trying to pull off with that thing? I mean, alright. So he goes for a Teeter Dance. I'm like, oh, of course, you're pulling off hacks. Alright, no problem. I hear myself in confusion. Alright, I'm not too worried because, you know, it's a Spinda. What the crap's it going to do? Then he goes ahead and goes for a Body Slam, which actually ends up paralyzing me first turn. Alright, no big deal. I hear myself in confusion again. He Body Slams me. So I'm like, okay, I can see why you're getting confused, Fidel Gastro. You're getting owned from a freaking Spinda. So, I'm going to go ahead and snap out of confusion. I get paralyzed. So, that's 5 hacks in a row, and Fidel Gastro goes down. I lost my Fidel Gastro to a Spinda. Anyway, I send in Poker Facer to go for straight for the superpower, and he predicts that and goes into Sableye. Okay, I should have predicted a Will-O-Wisp here, but I didn't. I thought I might have been able to kill it off with Brave Bird, but I don't. And he's just going to go ahead and use Will-O-Wisp and pretty much render Poker Face useless. Alright. I'm burnt, so I go for the Brave Bird just to finish it off or do damage to whatever he switches into. I'm not sure what he has, so whatever. He's going to go ahead and send in his Typhlosion now, while I go for the Sucker Punch, predicting it to possibly be Scarfed. So, Sucker Punch with plus Eruption, I kind of rendered Eruption a little less powerful. It's still going to kill me, of course, but hey, at least I've rendered it, you know, somewhat worse. I don't know. So I said Dead Serious here. I'm going to predict his switch into Blastoise and go for a T-Bolt, which is nice because he does switch into Blastoise, which is awesome. So I predicted that very nicely. But now it's my turn for hacks, dude. It's my turn for hacks because I pull off a crit. I don't think that crit mattered in any way because I think all the Pokemon were kind of weak to T-Bolt, but it doesn't matter. So I go for a T-Bolt here because I realized, wait a minute. I have 4 things on my team that are weak to electricity. Well, this sucks. So Dead Serious is going to leave it in his death fodder while he T-Bolts me, and it's going to be able to finish me off. Alright. I wasn't expecting to survive that under any circumstance anyway, so I sent in Falking Hot, and I actually spelled Falking wrong, so I got that pun originally when I was describing Skyla to someone. So I get my Flame Orb here, and it actually turns out that Typhlosion is not Scarf, which is a huge weight off my shoulders. So Typhlosion's done. It must have been Spect or something. Of course, standard Swallow is obvious. So he sends in Toddles while I go for Facade. And that's going to take it out, of course. So right now, Swallow is sweeping. So that's pretty cool. Swallow's actually doing good in his first appearance here. And then he sends in Magnet Zone again. I'm like, would Facade be enough to finish it off? I could only hope. And it does. So that makes me happy. I'm very glad he was able to finish that thing off. Yes, Swallow, you're doing awesome. You're Falking awesome. So then he sends in his Cresselia. So I'm just going to go for Facade and see what I could do. And that does a pretty good amount of damage. He's going to Psychic me and finish me off. So yeah. And for those of you who don't know the pun with that Falking Hot, Falk is a type of hawk, is it? Anyway, I go Center Buttermeat up, go for Sleep Powder, predicting him to go for a Moonlight, and he goes for Magic Coat! No! No, out of all moves. Who puts that on a Cresselia? Who? Really? That really sucks. I really didn't want that to happen. Oh god, this guy is just messing with me. He's just toying with my mind. So then he's going to go ahead and use Psychic with this Life Orb Cress. And luckily, Kingdra does survive that. Barely gets special defense drop. But he's going to be able to finish him off, and that's going to be good game. You know, how do some people actually spin pens like this faster? I never understood how they could, like, flip it so fast. Speaking of these pens, though, you see all these pens I have in here? All of them? Yeah, all of them are ones I accidentally took from Office Max from the way home. I really should bring them back, shouldn't I? It's quite a few.